Hey guys, this is TFR back in with another video. Today we're going to be reviewing the March 24th episode of AEW Dynamite. Let's get right into this. There were some big matches. So the show started off with Kenny Omega versus Matt Seidel. So this storyline was from when Kenny Omega told Matt Seidel on the debut episode of Dark Elevation that if he could beat Michael Nakazawa, he would get a shot at him on the 24th episode of Dynamite, and if he beat him then he would get a title shot, right? So it sort of doesn't make much sense, but it's cool regardless. So Kenny Omega was a bad guy. Seidel was a good guy. So it was pretty competitive, surprisingly. I had a feeling these two were going to tear the house down, and they definitely did. So Seidel reversed a V-trigger, and he hit like a tap spiral, I'm pretty sure was the name of the move that they referred to it as, for 2.5. Um, then he went for a top rope move, I'm pretty sure. But Omega caught him, hit a powerbomb and a V trigger for 2 before Seidel reversed the one winged angel into like a Rana sort of move. I'm pretty sure I don't know what I think it's like a reverse Hurricanrana. And then he went for the shooting star press, but Omega pulled the ropes and hit another V trigger before Seidel reversed the one winged angel into a victory roll before Omega managed to win with the one winged angel finally after attempting it 2 times, right? So it was a very good match. I was definitely right when I said they would tear the house down. I loved the match. It was so good. 4 out of 5, man. That was amazing. So yeah. So then you had Cesar Benoni versus Hangman Adam Page. So it was an alright match. It wasn't anything too special. Um, it was basically just Cesar being a big guy, pushing Hangman around a little before he won with the buckshot lariat. I didn't care for it that much personally, so it was like a 2.5 out of 5 for me. So then we had Varsity Blondes and Dante Martin versus the Pinnacle, who were Sean Spears and FTR, right? With MJF, Wardlow, and Tully Blanchard at ringside, right? So pretty competitive. Garrison actually had a double spear on FTR. FTR hit some brainbusters, and then in the finish, it was pretty cool because FTR did a big rig with spears, so it went from a big rig setup where they were tossed up in the air, but then Spears caught them and hit a fireman's carry for the win. So that's pretty cool. After the match, Wardlow hit a top rope chokeslam, and Dax Harwood and MJF cut promos about being at the pinnacle of pro wrestling. It's pretty good. I liked it personally, so I'd say it was a 3.5 out of 5. The match was actually pretty good. Before we get into this match, QT Marshall cut a promo, and he said he was angry with Cody. Cody said he wasn't happy with how QT Marshall was acting. However, he will face QT Marshall, and Arn Anderson can be the referee next week. But he says that no matter what, he's not going to go for the win and hurt QT Marshall. Pretty good promo. But after that, we had the Young Bucks and Brandon Cutler versus the Lucha Brothers and Laredo Kid. So basically, what happened was it was pretty technical, high flying, everything you'd want in the match. I liked it a lot as well. So Matt locked in the sharpshooter. Um, what's it called? And then they went for dives. Cutler hit, I'm pretty sure it was Laredo with a phenomenal forearm before springing outside on everyone. Before Laredo hit a moonsault outside on everyone. Then the Young Bucks hit a super Salida del Sol, for lack of a better way of putting it, from the top rope. That was really good. I'm not gonna lie, that whole Brandon Cutler really showed how great he can be in the right circumstances. Um, and then after that, they had a super kick party between Jackson and Phoenix before Jackson tagged out and Phoenix pinned Cutler for the win. It was a really good match. I'd say it was a 4 out of 5. So, yeah. So after this, we had Conti versus Nyla Rose. It was a pretty good match. It was sort of like another match where Conti proved that she's actually a really good wrestler. Um, so Conti managed to win with a DET, and then Rose afterwards attacked until Sheeta hit the ring for the save. So I really liked it. It was a pretty good match, so probably 3.5 out of 5. Nah, 3 out of 5. Still pretty good though. So after this, in the main event, we had John Silver versus Darby on for the TNT Championship. So Silver hit a knee strike and a brainbuster for 2. He had a German suplex. Then Sting came down when the Dark Order were sort of antagonizing Darby, like not in a heel way, but like just sort of distracting Darby accidentally, I guess you could say. Um, so they got shocked. It was pretty entertaining. They were like going full on with the theatrics when Sting came down. Um, so then Silver kicked Darby and put him in a sleeper. Allen reversed into a pin for 2. Silver hit a DDT for 2. Silver um, got another kick. He almost won with a roll up. Allen did a coffin drop to the Dark Horse, so he got set up, and it looked like he was going to hit Silver with it. But he then jumped to the outside instead, like fell backwards, so that was pretty cool to see. Um, Silver almost won, but Allen's leg was on the rope. Like, it was really close. Like, 1, 2, and then he accidentally allowed Allen's legs to go up too much, and he ended up getting a rope break. Then Allen managed to win with a sunset flip before Matt Hardy attacked Allen at what Brawl broke out to end the show. I really like this match as well. I'd rate it a 4 out of 5. So 3 4 out of 5s this night. That's pretty good. So that was all for this week. It was a really good show. And then we have next week's card, right? So some of these matches I didn't cover because I don't really cover backstage segments because they're just like 2 seconds usually, right? So we have next week we have the Arcade Anarchy between Chuck Taylor and Orange Cassidy versus Miro and Chuck Taylor, and Miro and Kip Sabian. So it's gonna be some sort of like weird arcade match, probably like the parking lot brawl to an extent. Sheeta and Conti versus Rose and the Bunny. So I forgot to mention this, but the Bunny also came down afterwards. I'm pretty sure. Then we also had Omega and the Good Brothers versus Lucha and Laredo. Okay, so this is another thing I forgot to mention. I forgot to mention a few things. So after the match, Omega came down with the Good Brothers. No, Omega just came down, and he came down to attack them and mock the Young Bucks because, well, they lost because of Cutler, right? So then they left him behind when he told them, "You can join me." He left them behind, and he turned around into a super kick, double super kick from Laredo and Phoenix. So it's gonna be him and the Good Brothers versus Laredo versus and the Lucha Brothers, right? And then we have Cody versus QT Marshall with Arn Anderson as a special guest referee. That's going to be pretty good. And Christian Cage versus Kazarian. So basically, Kazarian questioned what Christian was actually doing in AEW. So they're going to have Christian's in ring debut next week. So I'm looking forward to all that. If you like this content, make sure you like, subscribe, share, do everything you can. I appreciate all your support. Peace.